trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will speak.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I am sharing my family's financial freedom journey on this channel. Today is Friday, which means we are talking about Debt-Free Friday, what we did to move ourselves closer to our financial goals this week. I'm so excited because as you can see here, we are finishing our emergency fund today. I am thrilled in disbelief and just so excited to film this video today. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. Today we do have $2,000 that we are going to be putting towards our financial goals. So obviously we will be splitting that up between our emergency fund and our house fund. If you've been following me for a little while, we do also have a goal to work on our Roth IRA for 2022 for myself. That is a goal of $6,000. I have decided to start that goal in May. So for this week and next week, we will be focusing on just our house fund. My reasoning for that is because our house fund goal is so much larger. Our house fund goal is $25,000 and our Roth IRA is $6,000. So I figured we could just get a jump start on that in the month of April and then add in the Roth IRA in May. So we're working on both of those. So you can look forward to that in the month of May. We will be working towards both of those goals. But for now, we are just going to be finishing up our emergency fund and working towards our house fund. So let's go ahead and get into it. Our weekly starting for our emergency fund was $18,585, and that was at 92.9% of the way fully funded. This week, we were able to finish it off by sending $1,415 to our emergency fund, and that leaves our ending at $20,000, which is our goal. So exciting, which is 100% obviously. Left to save is nothing. We are fully funded. So I did just want to mention, because I still do get a lot of questions about how we arrived at the $20,000 number. So that is roughly 6 months of expenses for us. I kind of guesstimated a little bit just because I wanted it to be like a nice round number. So it's probably between like 5 to 7 months of expenses. And that really depends on like what we're considering necessary expenses. So I included some things that we probably wouldn't be spending if we were in a true emergency. Like I probably wouldn't be giving us personal spending money in an actual like emergency or a job loss situation, but I did include it. It's kind of just a rough estimate, and I think that that's fine. It doesn't have to be exact, obviously, but it just feels like a good, comfortable number for us. I would say I would feel more comfortable with more, and my husband felt a little bit more comfortable with less at this time. So we kind of just met in the middle and decided that 20,000 was a good number for us. And also, that's not necessarily all that we have in savings either, because we do keep our sinking funds with our emergency fund. So at any given time, we typically have a few $1,000s on top of this in sinking funds, which obviously in an emergency we could use if we needed to. So that's just kind of how we came to that number. So for now, I am leaving this $20,000 sitting in our account. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to do anything with it. It's just going to sit there. If we do end up having to use it in the future, I will probably be sharing about it again, about refilling it, obviously. But I'm hoping that that won't be the case. I'm hoping it'll just sit there nice and pretty and we won't have to touch it, but we'll see. Obviously, life throws things at you, and ultimately this emergency fund is for use if we need it. So if we need to use it, that is perfectly fine. So let's go ahead now and move on to our house fund. So like I said, we had $2,000 allotted for this week. That was because we had some extra side hustle income this week. And then also we did have those extra paychecks in the month of April. I will link my April budget down below if you are curious, if you want to check that out. I kind of explain a little bit more about the income situation this month. Let's go ahead and get started. So obviously our weekly starting for our house fund was $0. We did not have anything in this fund yet. And we were able to send the remainder of that $2,000, which is $585, and that leaves our weekly ending at obviously $585, and that is at 2.3% funded. So very small start this week, but that's okay. We're going to be continuing to work towards this goal. I'm sorry if you hear any background noise, you guys. I left my windows and my doors open because it's 60 degrees outside. And in Wisconsin, if you live in the Midwest, 60 degrees is basically summertime. So my windows are all open. We are wearing shorts. I am living my best summer life right now. So you might hear a little bit of background noise. They're doing some construction outside of our house for something. So there might be a little bit of noise in the background. So that leaves our left to save for our house fund at $24,415. Oops. $415, not sure what I was writing there, $415, which is a really, really large and daunting number, but I'm very excited to start to work on this goal. So let's go ahead and go down to our side hustle income for this week. So we did have two sources of side hustle income. We had $265. That was from YouTube / AdSense. AdSense is the way that YouTube pays you. So they pay through AdSense, Google AdSense. And yeah, we had $265. That is taking 15% and setting aside for taxes. So this is after tax. This is what I pulled out of the tax sinking fund that we have. And yeah, I paid myself $265. So I do have a monetized YouTube channel. I do make a little bit of revenue from each one of the videos that I post. So thank you so much for watching and supporting me. I so appreciate it. I never take it for granted. And I am truly just in awe that you guys enjoy my content. Thank you. Thank you. And even more so than the monetary value that I get from this channel, I truly just appreciate the support and love that you guys give me every single week. I read every single comment and it just makes me so happy. So thank you for being here. So $265 from YouTube and AdSense. And then I also did get $452 from Etsy. I do have a small Etsy shop I share about every single week. And yes, I have a link down below if you want to go check that out. So for the week, that leaves us at $269.52. So obviously that helped us get to that number that we had for this week, the $2,000 that we had for this week. Obviously that definitely helped us get there. So that is all I have for this week. Let's go ahead and talk about our trackers for this week. All right, so for our trackers for this week, I have our emergency fund tracker that we've been working on for the last few weeks. So exciting. We get to finish this one up today. So I will be finishing coloring this in this week, which is awesome. And then I also have our house fund tracker, and we will be starting this one this week. So I'm going to be coloring in one icon on our house fund tracker. These icons are each about $462. I don't like to fill in like half ones though, so I'm just going to fill in one for today. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I will come back to close out the video.
Who lost their hope? Fill my head with roses. I can't help.
All right, so that is all I have for you guys this week. Thank you so much for watching. I am so thrilled that we are done with our emergency fund. I cannot explain how awesome it feels to have a fully funded emergency fund and be debt-free. I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off of me. If you're new to my channel, I started this journey with 6 figures worth of debt and pretty much no savings. So the fact that we've been able to, in the last few years, completely turn our financial life around and pay off all of our debt and fully fund an emergency fund is literally insane to me. I cannot believe that this is real. I'm just in shock, honestly. It still doesn't feel real that we are debt-free and that now we have this awesome emergency fund ready for anything that life throws at us, and it just feels really good. So if you are in debt, I just encourage you to get started. I know it's hard. I know it can feel really overwhelming, but you can do it if I can do it. Trust me, I am not anything special. I am a regular person just trying to make it through my life and do the right thing. So leave me a comment down below. Where are you at in your financial journey? I would love to hear about it. Do you have any debt that you're trying to pay off? Are you working on an emergency fund? What are you saving for? I would love to hear about it, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye, guys.